Sometimes I wonder about my own resilience and perseverance. All right. I often think, yes, I want to be a bit more resilient. And at other times, I reflect on the importance of being perseverant in life. All right. However, the truth is that I keep mixing up these two terms. I don't know about you guys, but I keep mixing up them. So sometimes I say resilience, but I mean perseverance. Other times I say perseverance, but I actually mean resilience, So I find myself questioning if they are the same or partially different terms. So I studied a little bit for myself and for you as well. And the question today is, what is the actual difference between resilience and perseverance? We don't know that yet, but that's what we are going to talk about today. Hi guys, my name is Fabio from Journey to Success, and welcome. Today the topic is to understand the line difference between these two terms, all right? So why it exists and the truth behind it. But before going forward, as always, please subscribe so I know this is the right direction to lead you guys, to drive you, and to guide you towards your journey to success. And let's get started, right, as always. So, we often hear the terms, resilience, perseverance, resilience, used alternately. But they actually have distant meanings that are important to understand. So, resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks or challenges. All right. So, it is about how we handle adversity, emotional pain, or general stress when things don't go as planned. So, resilient people, guys, can adapt to difficult situations and often emerge from them stronger. They're like a rubber band. So, when stretched, they return to their original shape after the pressure is removed. On the other hand, perseverance is the commitment and determination to keep pushing forward despite obstacles or delays in achieving success. It is about maintaining your effort and commitment over time, over and over again, even when faced with difficulties. Okay. Think of perseverance as a marathon runner, all right, who keeps going mile after mile despite fatigue or challenges along the way. Okay. So, again, the first one, resilience. Think about a rubber band. So, when stretched, they return to the original shape after the pressure is removed. And perseverance, again, think about as a marathon runner. So, who keeps going mile after mile, and despite fatigue, you know, or challenge along the way, their mindset is built to reach success. Now, it's clear these two qualities complement each other. Resilience helps us recover from setbacks, while perseverance allows us to continue pursuing our goals. So, together, they form a powerful combination that can immensely enhance our chances of success in any initiative. So, understanding these differences, guys, can help us develop both qualities in ourselves. Okay, so it is essential to promote our resilience through managing strategies, emotional support, and self care, while, on the other hand, it's also important to cultivate perseverance by setting clear goals, maintaining motivation, and developing a strong work ethic. So as we move through life, we have ups and downs. Ups and downs can happen. But just remember, be resilient in the face of challenges and perseverant in your goals. Okay, so this approach will surely guide you on your journey to success. But what is the downside? What is the downside? Everything has downsides, One of the major downsides of perseverance and resilience is that if you're not careful, you can lose your freedom. And it's fun if you think about it because, we actually we're actually here building our resilience, strengthen our perseverance, try to reach the financial freedom, but financial or general freedom. But the truth is that is the opposite. If you're not careful, you can really lose your freedom. Okay, what does it mean? I speak from experience. So first of all, from what we studied today, all right, when we fall, guys, we bounce back stronger, and when things happen around us, we do our best to regain our balance. Okay, but in the last year, for example, especially in the last few months, I've noticed a significant downside in my case. When you become very skilled at being resilient and perseverant, you can become so focused on your projects that you lose sight of the bigger picture of your life. So, what is the bigger picture of your life? Of course, it is about enjoying the moments and celebrating each day. Okay. So, for myself, this is also an advice that I gladly give to you. I've decided to be more present. So be more present. For example, when I wash my face these days, I'm taking a moment to feel the water on my skin and appreciate the fragrance of the soap. When I make a coffee, I'm very focused on the act to make a coffee, and so on. So as I mentioned a few episodes ago, I also took the guitar, took some lesson, put it back for now. But I tried, and that's important. It is important to, at least to go forward on something that you can be focused on the present. Anyway, I'm planning to take it back soon. But the point is that when we try to achieve a high level of perseverance and resilience, right? It means that we are likely very focused on our goals. But it's crucial to enjoy what you have, accomplished along the way, guys, because as I always say, our energy is limited, our time is limited and indefinite. And actually, this can also be very helpful for gaining energy and using it again in your life and in your projects. Has to be a cycle, a simple cycle. Often, honestly, guys, we do so much without even realizing. The key moment to recognize this concept, right, is by being present in the here and now. But now you may ask, but why is this connected to perseverance and resilience? It is so connected. It is. It is because where you are consistently resilient and perseverant, guys, you tend to be in focus mode with your goals. And goals are part of your future, not your present. Of course, there is nothing wrong with that, okay? But at the same time, it's essential to remember that your life is beautiful as it is. And sometimes things take time, okay? More than you think. We don't have control about it. We're out of control. So enjoy the present moment while you reach your goals, okay? That's the trick. That is actually the hardest part for all of us, for all the people who hustle so much. Another downside is that we can sometimes become overwhelmed, by the pressure we put on ourselves to succeed. And when we are too focused on building resilience and practicing perseverance, we might also neglect our mental and emotional well being. have this knee that I should train every day. And I'm not doing it because I'm always like, oh, I should write this, I should do this, I should do, I don't know what. The truth is that it is important to not neglect our mental and emotional and physical well being. This might lead to burnout or a sense of fatigue, all right, if you are always focused on the futures. And eventually, it's funny because eventually it can slow our productivity and creativity in the present. Okay. So it is essential to recognize that while aiming for success is important, of course, is important, journey to success. I mean, that's the title of the podcast. Our health and happiness should always, always come first. Seeking balance in our lives is crucial, guys. Something we talked about already in the previous episodes, right? We talk about balance. I would check if I were on you. Taking breaks, resting, enjoying our surroundings can refresh us and clear our minds. Also, it is vital to understand that resilience and perseverance don't mean ignoring our emotions, all right? It's not about that. It's perfectly okay to feel frustrated or to acknowledge when we're struggling. So, embracing vulnerability can sometimes lead to deeper insights and more amazing strength, okay? But it's another argument that maybe we should embrace in another moment. But the what is the core? The core is that finding this balance is an ongoing journey, okay? And by being mindful and present, we not only honor our goals, but also appreciate the journey itself and the experiences that come with it. So as you embark on your own path, remember, guys, to check in with yourself often. Recognize when you need to step back, reflect, and simply breathe. Okay. So by doing so, you cultivate not only resilience and perseverance, but also joy and happiness along the way. So, in conclusion, resilience and perseverance, guys, are undoubtedly powerful characteristics, okay? But they should never come at the expense of your overall well being. So embrace the journey, celebrate the small victories, and don't forget to enjoy the ride. All right, guys. So before we wrap up, let's highlight and delve deeper into what we discussed today. It is important, as always, to review these concepts to ensure we truly grasp their meaning in our lives. First of all, we started by addressing the common confusion between resilience and perseverance. Both qualities are vital for success, okay? But they serve unique purposes. Resilience allows us to rise from setbacks, adapting and lastly emerging stronger from challenges. And it's like the rubber band I mentioned earlier, right? So stretching through adversity, but always bouncing back to its original shape. And this ability not only helps us face life's trials, but also it keeps us to handle the emotional ups and downs with grace, with elegance. Then we discussed perseverance, which is also about keeping that momentum going, even when the road gets tough. It requires a consistent commitment to our goals, much like a marathon runner. We made this example, a marathon runner pushing through mile after mile despite fatigue. And this is the determination that fuels our journey, allowing us to persist in aiming for our aspirations, of course, despite the obstacles we encounter. But it's key to understand how these two characteristics complement each other, right? Think of resilience as a tool that helps us recovery, while Perseverance is the fuel that keeps our engines running, okay? So together, they form a synergy that empowers us to face life's journey. And we also touched on a crucial point that becoming highly skilled at being resilient and perseverant can sometimes lead to losing sight of the bigger picture. Life, guys, is not just about reaching milestones. It's not about that. It's about embracing each moment, okay? Embracing each moment. And of course, milestones are the consequences of it. I also share hopefully my final decision to be more present, because as I say, this is an ongoing journey, even for me, guys. So let's enjoy the little things. These mindful practices integrate joy into our daily routines and remind us that our efforts are not solely for the future, but also for the present, for today. And now let's talk about balance again. We discussed the traps of persistent focus, where the pressure to succeed can take a huge fee on our mental and emotional well being, and also physical. It is essential that we prioritize our health and happiness, okay? When we are too focused on our goals, guys, it is easy to neglect the importance of taking breaks, enjoying our surroundings, and allowing ourselves to rest. So remember, this can actually restore our energy and creativity, of course, driving us also on our journey. So being present can help us not only appreciate the now, but it also promotes a deeper relationship with our emotions, okay? Acknowledging feelings of frustration or fatigue is an act of courage as well. And embracing this vulnerability can reveal insights that, fuel our strength and growth. And as we continue on this ongoing journey of self discovery, I encourage you to check in with yourself regularly. When you sense the weight of the world, on your shoulders, or feel overwhelmed by pressure, take a step back, reflect on your progress, acknowledge what you have achieved, and give yourself permission to breathe, okay? Breathe. This approach cultivates not just resilience and perseverance, guys, but also joy and the sense of fulfillment along the way. Okay. So, again, in wrapping up, I want to reinforce that while cultivating resilience and perseverance is undoubtedly powerful, of course, it's powerful. But at the same time, it should never overshadow the importance of your overall well being, okay? So embrace the journey, celebrate each victory, big or small, and remember to enjoy the ride. Life is a beautiful adventure, and it is our responsibility to appreciate every moment, okay? Now, I would love to hear from you. How do you cultivate resilience and perseverance in your life? What practices help you stay present and appreciate the moment? Send me a message, share your story, or connect with me on Substack. I would love to know. And if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to subscribe, okay? So you never miss an update. And don't forget to share this episode with a friend who might benefit from a push to embrace the present and prioritize their well-being, of course. Thank you so much for being here on Journey to Success. Remember, together, despite how perseverant and resilient we are in reaching our goals, we need to create a life that honors our journey and celebrates every moment. I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.